Ravens fans,
I got good news for you. Yes, did you lose 38-30 to the Lions? Yes, are you going to play the Chiefs next week? And yes, did you let up 224 rushing yards? And did Derrick Henry fumble the ball again? All yes. But every loss that you get is one step closer to John Harbaugh finally getting fired. I mean, for the Ravens, last night was just awful, but again, not that shocking. Now, I did pick the Ravens to win, but as the game started playing out, I remembered that their defense sucks. And I mean, that's not something, I just got to change my thought process this year on that, because the Ravens defense is one of the worst in the league. Now, it's not Dolphins bad, it's not, Titans bad, but it's pretty fucking close. Like, to let up 224 rushing yards, 4 rushing touchdowns, and then on every big passing play, also not be able to stop Amon-Ra St. Brown from doing anything. Laporta was cooking him. Goff had all day, and he was chilling back there. Like, it was not good. Not good at all. And the thing with that is, even, I don't know how to put this, but they're also so bad situationally on both sides of the ball that it makes everything so much worse. For the Lions, what we saw them do with their new defensive coordinator was, and this was the worry that they didn't have Aaron Glenn, but I got to remember, Kelvin Shepard, that's his name. Shout out Kelvin Shepard. But they played a Madden defense. They said, you know what, Lamar, we're going to spy you, and we're going to make you guys call real passing plays to where he can't just run around, because we can't catch him, right, unless we spy him. But we're going to make him sit from the pocket, and he's not going to kill us with his legs. And it worked to perfection. Every big play, Lamar was looking, trying to scramble. He was getting hawked down, and that is what happened. Now, all that being said, Lamar didn't have a great game. This is tough. By Lamar standards, he was solid. By normal quarterback standards, he was very good. I mean, they scored 24 points. He had big passes to Mark Andrews. I think most of the bad things that you'll see were things that kind of came through the situation. And one of the big things for the Ravens, and the reason that we're harping on fire John Harbaugh again after another terrible primetime performance this season, is they get the ball. It's 4th and goal on the 1-yard line. And what do? They run Derrick Henry 3 straight times up the middle. No creativity, no motion, no like, hey, we're going to get Lamar an easy play on this. If this first one doesn't work, even if the first 2 don't work, if it is 4 down territory, instead they run it 3 times, it doesn't work, and then they call a play action fake that the whole world can see coming. The whole world can see coming, because you're not going to run it a 4th straight time. And on that play, Lamar did make a good play. There was nothing open. He tried to keep running. They stripped him, sacked him. You do actually, and he did mess up because he lost the advantage of them actually going for it on the 1-yard line, which is at least the Lions would have been pinned. Although we'll get to that in a second, but they bounced back to the 20. Earlier in the game, when they actually had the Lions pinned, the Lions went 18 plays, 98 yards, just taking the clock, taking all day, running the ball, toting it, and the Ravens short passes, and the Ravens just couldn't stop anything. They can't stop the run. They can't stop the pass. Jair Alexander's super washed. Nate Wiggins not very good out there. Humphrey was getting beat by Amon-Ra, and when Humphrey starts getting beat, that's when you know it's big trouble. Kyle Van Noy is their number 1 pass rusher. He doesn't get in. And Roquan Smith, good as he is, I mean, he's not quite as good as he used to be. And I think they used to have someone else. I forget the other linebacker they used to have, but they also used to have 2 of them. This is just, I mean, you're seeing it happen kind of in real time. Like, they have so much talent. So much talent. Even Rashad Bateman was getting open. Zay Flowers didn't see the light of day. And now Derrick Henry, he's had a great first game. He was okay last night until he fumbled. And then it was like, oh, man. He was actually good last night until he fumbled. He scored a touchdown early in the game. But that fumble was huge, crucial. And it just looks like they can't do anything right now. Like, They can't stop anything. Everything that they do, every play that they call is purely based on the talent of Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry, and that's it. Offense and defense. Their defense is just hoping, praying that you turn the ball over so that they can get it back to Lamar, but they don't actually get stops. Zach Orr, new defensive coordinator, is a second year on the job. Last year, the defense was pretty bad early in the season, really bad. They started Darius Washington, and I don't know who's playing out there for secondary for them right now, but I do know Jair Alexander. If he was in this game, he's got to get the hell out of there. Because we've seen how much better, I mean, the Packers also got Micah Parsons, but we've seen how much better their secondary has been earlier this year playing those young guys like Jair. He's just chalked. And I'm bringing up Jair because he got cooked a lot against the Bills. This game was just right down the middle. Montgomery was taking off. He had 115 yards. He doesn't do that on 12 carries. Montgomery became a burner against them. Just running it up the middle. He's not north-south. All right, bet. Bye. The blocks. The Ravens just couldn't get off blocks. This defense is a complete shit show. And now we know that Mike McDonald, he got hired by the Seahawks, and it might take a little bit to replace it, but it's been 2 years now. And John, you gotta be good at something. John Harbaugh needs to be good at something. I think that is the big takeaway of this game. All right, so offensively, you're not an offensive guy. That's fine. You don't really need to be. You have an offensive coordinator, Monken. He was there with Georgia, won those championships. He's been solid. He's been really good in the regular season, not great in the playoffs. Although I think a lot of that probably has to do, again, with Harbaugh being the head coach of the team, because we've seen guys who looked bad in the playoffs before. Sorry to always go there, but who looked bad in the playoffs before. And with the Eagles, they look good, like in a Kellen Moore and Steichen. And even if you want to go to the Chiefs, like we've seen them get to Super Bowls, win Super Bowls with Matt Nagy as offensive coordinator. Because Andy Reid's great at calling plays offensively, and he's got Spags on the defensive side, so defense doesn't have to worry about. But Harbaugh, the culture of the Ravens is defense. They don't have it right now. And Harbaugh hiring from within, and normally it's crazy because normally he really doesn't miss on these coordinators. He doesn't. But it just seems like it's all just bad vibes. Derrick Henry's fumbled it for 3 straight games. Now Ravens fans are mad at him. People are mad at Lamar. And it's like those are the guys trying to keep you in the game because this defense is fucking terrible. Defense is bad. They've now let up damn near 40 points twice. And I know they blew out the Browns, but they let up the most points that the Browns had all season too. They're not good. And I think we're going to see a lot in the Chiefs game. Like, can they do anything? The Chiefs' offense is not very good. The Chiefs' offense doesn't have players. So that is why they're not good, right? But I think schematically they're going to scheme some stuff up that they're looking at against this Ravens defense. And I remember McDonald, when he first came onto the scene, I actually remember it because they used to have oh my gosh, what was his name? The old D coordinator. And what they used to do was they just used to all-out blitz. They used to send them. You knew it was coming. They weren't adjusting, and we'll see if it gets home. Martindale. I think that's his name. Honestly, if I'm the Ravens, I'd sign up for that. They are paper soft, paper thin, with no aggression going downhill unless it's Kyle Hamilton, Roquan, or Humphrey making an individual play. And I think you saw a lot of those individual plays. They can only get you kind of so far against these really good offenses, against the Bills, Lions. And again, we're going to see against this Chiefs team. I'm so interested. They play the Chiefs next week. I can't even look ahead to the rest of the schedule. I can't really do a season outlook. And by the way, sorry, Ravens fans, I think they're losing the Chiefs. Why would I think they're going to beat the Chiefs right now? They look like a mess. They look like a very talented mess. So the good part of all that, didn't look great, looked like shit. You let up 224. You had bad plays in the red zone, just dumb mistakes, fumbles. You even got an offensive face mask and I think let up a touchdown anyway. Couldn't stop a fourth down. Made no plays on defense. At least Mark Andrews was good, I guess, right? And they showed a clear formula that I've kind of thought, maybe for years, kind of obvious. But they were blitzing and putting a spy. Like what the Lions put on film defensively was very impressive stuff. And you got to worry about that getting copied because if Lamar can't run around, I don't trust Monken to dial up passing plays. Like most of the time he gets the ball to Zay Flower, it's on a motion or a pitch or a screen. Occasional crossers in games where they're not playing a good defense. For some reason against good defenses, they don't like throwing it to Zay too much. So not a great sign unless you're of the opinion that I think most Ravens fans that I know are of, that they're just not going to do it with this specific unit. They're tired. They're stressed out. They're mad. And I don't blame you guys for being mad. It's ridiculous. Like, the team is so fucking talented. They're really Lamar is great. Henry is great. That defense has enough pieces to where they should be good. Kyle Hamilton is a great player. Roquan Smith is a really, really good to great player. Humphrey has made a lot of plays in his career and still made them this year. So we saw Kyle Van Noy get sacks. So for them to just not be able to do anything against a good offense is unacceptable. And yeah, you could say fire Zach or sure. But I think the time has come. They just look unbuttoned too much. They just look like a talented, unbuttoned team too much. And with the Bills just starting to button up, with the Chargers and Jim Harbaugh looking like a really good defense and a really good offense, and with the Chiefs, as bad as they look, you play them and they're one, and y'all have the same record, and the Chiefs have looked like shit. And their talent isn't there. Where they've spent all their draft capital isn't there in those wide receivers. This can't just continue. And it's going to suck because they're going to get to the playoffs, probably lose, and people are going to blame Lamar. But, Harbaugh's got to go. It's getting ridiculous. It's absurd. I feel bad for you Ravens fans, I do. But the good news is you might only have, what are we, week 4? You might only have about 14, 15 games to go. Stay with me. I'm with you guys. You guys are birds. We're birds. Baltimore, we fuck with Baltimore. Shout out Baltimore. But yeah, hopefully they get rid of this guy because that was embarrassing on Monday Night Football.